Good morning students. Now today we are going to start our second lecture of chapter number 11, that is ray optics, and yesterday we have discussed about what is ray, what is beam, and the reflection and laws of reflection and the image formation by a plane mirror. Okay, and the work I have given you that you have to be write the theory of the image formation by a plane mirror, and I hope that you have write the theory. Now today the second type of a mirror we are going to discuss, and that is your spherical mirror. Okay, first is your plane mirror and another one is the spherical mirror. So what is the spherical mirror beta? Means the spherical mirror, it is a part of a hollow sphere. Okay, if we are having a hollow sphere, then we will cut it down from one portion, and that one portion is your spherical sphere. Okay, whose one side we have make it polished. Okay, and normally these mirrors are of the glass whose one side is silvered polished. Okay, and in these two types of the mirror we get, one is the concave mirror and another one is the convex mirror. So I am just be first of all giving the introduction of the spherical mirror, that it is a part of a hollow sphere whose one side is polished okay. Now it is of two type. Okay, so spherical mirror are of two types. First one is your concave mirror. So what is this concave mirror? We can say if the surface in which the reflection is just be in the bulging surface, the inward bulging surface, that is your concave mirror. Suppose I am just take with the diagram, I will just make you understand. Suppose I have take a part of the hollow sphere. I have taken this one part of the hollow sphere. Okay, this is the part of the hollow sphere. This is how your sphere is, and I am taking only one part of the sphere. This one is the one part. Okay, now it has the two surface. One is inside one and another is from the outside one. Okay, so from the inside and from the outside we are having two surfaces. Now if the inward bulging surface is your reflecting surface and outward is polished, if the inward surface is the reflecting surface and outward is polished, then such type of the sphere is your concave sphere. And in this, when the light rays are incident parallelly on the reflecting surface of the concave mirror, then it converges all the light rays at one point after reflection. That's why the concave mirror is also be termed as the convergent mirror, and where it has been meet, that point is your focus point, and the curvature center is this your center of curvature, and this one is the pole. This denotions I will explain you thoroughly afterwards. First you understand what is concave mirror. You know that the spherical mirror is a part of a hollow sphere whose one side is polished. Okay, so due to this polished side, it have two surfaces, and due to that two reflecting surfaces, the spherical mirror are of two types. First one is the concave mirror, and in this concave mirror, if the sphere is having the inward curved surface as a reflecting surface and outward as a polished, then such type of the mirror is known as your concave mirror. And in this, when the light rays are fall in incident on the reflecting surface parallelly, then it will be meet at a particular point, and that is your it converges all the parallel rays at a point and in this mirror. So that's why it is also known as your convergent mirror. Okay, it is also known as convergent mirror. Okay, now second one is your convex mirror. Okay, so the convex mirror also I am explaining you with the help of the diagram. So second one is your convex mirror. Now in this convex mirror, again I am taking a part of a sphere, and in this time in the concave mirror, the inward curved surface is a reflecting surface, outward is polished, and in this outward curved surface is your reflecting surface and inward is polished. Okay, this one is polished. Now in this I had just draw a one principal axis line from the center. Now when the parallel light rays are just incident on the reflecting surface of the convex mirror, then it always diverges the light rays. Light rays are diverge. So if they diverge, so they will never meet at a particular point. So if they will never meet, then they are not be able to make any kind of an image of an object. Then what we have to do, we have to be extend the reflected light ray on the backward direction. So this is the reflected light ray, and I am just be extending it in the backward direction. And at a particular point they will be meet, and that point will be again the focus, and this the center of the sphere is the center curvature. Okay, and this is the end A and B, and this is the pole P. Okay, so in this the light rays, the parallel light rays are diverges when they incident on the reflected surface of the convex mirror. Then that's why this mirror is also known as divergent mirror. It is also known as divergent mirror, and due to this it always makes the virtual image, as we have discussed in our yesterday's image formation by a plane mirror. In that also they are diverges, so they have been meet at the reflected back portions when we extend the reflected light rays. Okay, so this is all about the convex mirror. Okay, and afterwards we are going to be explain each and every point. Okay, the denotions which are denoting the mirror, the spherical mirror. Clear? So the terms and their definition related to spherical mirror. Spherical mirror. Okay, so first of all I am going to explain each and every terms, okay, with the help of a diagram, and then I will write down the definitions of each point. Okay, so for the diagram I am just taking one a part of the spherical mirror, any of the one part beta, okay, and from that only I am going to be explain the entire thing. You may take any kind of its part either in the form of the concave or in the form of the convex mirror. Okay, so first I am taking, suppose I have taken this one, a part of a spherical mirror, and outward has been polished out beta. So which mirror it become? It is your concave mirror. Now as you know that the spherical mirror is a part of the hollow sphere, so I am just be make a complete sphere from which it is the part of this sphere. Clear? So now from here you have seen that from a hollow sphere the spherical mirror is its part, and I am taken here the concave mirror as its part. Okay. Now the whole reflecting surface of a mirror, this is the whole, this is the imaginary portion, okay, imaginary sphere. Now this is the whole reflecting surface of a mirror is your aperture. I am just denoting this by AB. This is known as aperture. Okay. Now the central point, this is your mirror, concave mirror. So the central point of the mirror is your pole, denoted by P. Okay. Now this is the imaginary sphere. So the center of the sphere whose the mirror is a part, that is known as center of curvature of the mirror, denoted by capital C. Okay. Now the straight line passing through pole and the center of curvature, this is your principal axis. Clear? Principal axis, you may even denote it by x dash. Clear beta? Afterwards, the distance between the pole and the center of curvature is the radius of curvature, as you even know that this is the radius of the sphere. So we can say that the distance between the center of the curvature and the pole is your radius of curvature. Clear? Now when the incident rays are parallel to the principal axis, suppose here I am just be denoting two incident rays, and these two incident rays are parallel to the principal axis x dash. Okay, clear? And after reflection, where they have meet at a point on the principal axis, where they meet at the point on the principal axis after reflection, that is known as focus, the principal focus. Okay, and the distance between the pole and the focus point is your focal length, small f, is your focal length. Clear? Okay. First of all, I have take a part of any one of the sphere. Either you may take this concave sphere or you may take the convex sphere. Here I am taking example for your understanding for a example of a concave mirror, and here I have make a drawn a imaginary sphere from which this sphere, the concave sphere, is a part, a hollow imaginary sphere. Now the whole reflecting surface of a mirror is your aperture, denoted by AB. The central point of the mirror is called your pole, denoted by P. The center of the sphere, whose the mirror is a part of the imaginary sphere, is your center of curvature. The distance between the center of curvature and the pole is your radius of curvature. Okay. The line which has been passing through the center of curvature and the pole is your principal axis. The incident ray which are parallel to the principal axis reflected incident on the reflecting surface of a concave mirror, and after reflection they meet at a point on the principal axis, then that point is known as principal focus or focus point. Okay, and the distance between the focus point and the pole is your focal length denoted by small f. Clear? So all these denotions are there. So this is your homework. You have to write the definitions. I have explained the entire definition. Okay, and just I am writing the points, so you have to be write the definition of each and every point. Okay, this is your work beta. You have to write down the definitions. So first one is aperture, and even all the definition I have explained clearly. Second one is the pole. Third one is center of curvature. Fourth, radius of curvature. Okay. Fifth is your principal axis. Then sixth one is the principal focus. Even you may write it by a focus point, focal point. Okay, so principal focus. Seventh one is your focal length, focal length. Clear? Okay, so these are the 7 points, and you have to be write the definition of each and every point beta. Okay, even I have explained all the definitions. Now afterwards we are moving ahead with the next topic, and that is the formations of images by the spherical mirror. So for the formations of the images by the spherical mirror, we have to get through some of the rules which has been followed by preparing the image formation by the spherical mirror. So first of all, we will first get through the rules which we have to be follow. So for here, formation of images by spherical mirror. Okay, now in this, just to find the position of the image, we can take any two rays originating from the object, and it is must beta. Just to find out the position of the image, we just want two rays, any two rays which has been originating from the object, at least two rays we want. Okay, if we don't have the two rays, we are not be able to form the formation of the image, the position of the image. Okay, and after reflection from the mirror, these rays have just determines the position of the image. And how they have been determined beta? So for that we have a different condition. So in that series, first one, all the things I am explaining you with the help of the diagram, so you can better understand. So first one is, if the incident rays which is, we can say, parallel to the principal axis, they are always passed through the focus. Okay, clear? So first of all, I am taking it for the concave mirror. Concave mirror is your converging mirror. So I am taking first the concave mirror, and you know it very well. Concave mirror in which the inward curved surface is a reflecting surface and outward is your polished one. So this is your concave mirror. Here I am just writing concave mirror. This is your principal axis. The central point of the mirror is your pole. Now the light rays are incident on the reflecting surface, they are parallel to the principal axis, okay, and after this they have been passed through reflection, they have been passed through the focus point like this. This is the center of curvature. And if we are drawing for the convex mirror, so for the convex mirror, the outward curved surface is your reflecting surface, inward one is your polished one, this is your principal axis, and the pole, this is your pole. Now the light rays are coming parallel to the principal axis and incident on the reflecting surface. Now as you know that the convex mirror is your diverging mirror, so they diverges from its path, okay, and afterwards they have been meet. We have to be extend the reflected light on the backward direction, and they meet at the point on the principal axis. That point is your focus point, okay, this is the focus point. Clear? So this is about the convex mirror, this is about the concave mirror. So first rule is that if the light rays are coming parallel to the principal axis, they always meet at the focus point in the concave mirror, or there seems that they are coming from the focus point in the convex mirror, okay, clear? The second one rule just for the image formation is, we can say that when the incident rays are passing from the focus through the focus, they have to become parallel to the principal axis after reflection, okay. So for the third one, again I am drawing the concave mirror, polished, principal axis, this one is your concave mirror. When the light rays are coming from the focus point, this is your focus point beta, they become parallel after reflection, they become parallel to the principal axis, center of curvature and the pole, okay. So when the light rays are coming through the focus, then after reflection they become parallel to the principal axis, just opposite to the first one case. In the first one case, the light rays are parallel to the principal axis and after reflection they are passing through the focus, but here light rays are coming from the focus and after reflection they become parallel to the principal axis, okay. And the same thing is there in this convex mirror. Here this one is your convex mirror, principal axis, polished, convex mirror, okay. And in this we can say when the light rays are coming through the focus like this, so they again reflect back and they are just become parallel to the principal axis, the focus point, pole and the center of curvature. Clear? Third one is that when the light rays are incident, or we can say passing through the center of curvature, then they return back on the same path. So this is for your concave mirror, principal axis, polished, concave mirror, okay. When the light rays are coming from passing through this, the center of curvature, then they return back on the same path after reflection. This is the focus and this one is the pole, okay, clear? Similarly in the convex mirror as well, polished, principal axis, convex mirror. So here like this. Center of curvature, focus and pole, they are just be passing through the same path, returns back on the same path. Clear? So, 3 rules we have studied. First one is when the light rays are parallel to the principal axis and they incident on the reflecting surface, so after reflection they passes through the focus point. And when the light rays are coming through the focus, then after reflection by the reflecting surface, they become parallel to the principal axis. And if the incident rays is passing through the center of curvature, then after reflection they will be returned back on the same path. Okay, clear? And the fourth one is that when the light rays are incident on the pole, then they will follow the laws of reflection, that the angle of incident is equals to angle of reflection. So this I have been shown to you. So fourth one is concave mirror, polished. When the incident on the pole, then they make the angle of incidence, and with the same angle they will be reflect back. Means angle I is equals to angle R. This is your concave mirror. Even in the convex mirror as well, convex mirror, principal axis, polished, incident on the pole, they make the same angle. The principal axis is here behave like a normal. Okay, focus and the center of curvature. Clear? So this is the fourth rule for the image formation by a spherical mirror. Now in tomorrow's lecture we are going to start making the image formation for the concave mirror and afterward for the convex mirror. Okay, and today's homework you have to write the definitions of aperture, pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, focus point, principal axis and focal length. 7 definitions you have to write. Clear beta? Okay, thank you. That's all for today.